I'm Father Brian Conlon. I'm a priest of the Diocese of Elphin. I'm 52 years old. I was ordained in 1989. I was ordained in Sligo by Bishop Conway, having completed studies at St Patrick's College, Thurles. I did my philosophical studies there. Then I did a spiritual year after that in St Patrick's Missionary Society. They're better known as the Kiltegan Fathers in Wicklow. And then I went on to do my theology at the Gregorian in Rome, and I lived at the Irish College. So I've just taken up, 15 months ago, I've taken up an appointment at Sligo University Hospital. I'm the lead chaplain there. Yes and no. There was a I think that deeper part within me was certainly brought to and felt called to priesthood. There was the other part of me that was being called to being a computer programmer. That was one of the last attractions I had, as it were, and I had all sorts of trajectories in mind as to how I'd become that. But fundamentally, at my core level, there was that draw, that attraction towards priesthood, and it's still with me this day. I administer the sacrament of the sick regularly, and so it's a real privilege to prepare people for that last journey, if it's going to be their last journey to eternal life. What a privilege to be able to be there to fortify somebody, to have somebody ready for the new realm of eternal life, to enter into the communion of saints, to be able to say to them, you are now, as a result of this sacrament, you are now as innocent as the day you were first baptized. What a privilege that is, and what an astounding sacrament it is. So yes, I feel that's always a privilege. I love when people come to me and say, I'd like to actually have some time with you for the sacrament of confession. People who are in hospices, for instance, who have come through or who are contending with end of life, and so who want to prepare for their meeting the Lord on a one-to-one. Well, what a privilege that is, because they then want to do a review of their life. They want to be able to open themselves up to the forgiveness of God, and to let go of guilt and shame, and to feel the mercy of God. The most challenging aspect of being a priest today here in Ireland, as indeed probably in most of Europe, if not North America, is to contend with all of the people who are ascribing themselves as N-O-N-E, none. They don't want a religious affiliation, and so they're the people who, from their bed or their armchair beside the bed in the hospital, will put their hand up and say, and in some way to get a chance to engage with them. When they do that, they're actually saying, no, don't want engagement, bye, and they can be quite assertive. And so it's about, that's challenging, because there is no entree into a dialogue or discussion with them. When that dialogue or discussion can happen, that is a wonderful moment, because in some way there's possibility. There may also be rejection, but there may be at least an opening into enlightenment. If you feel engaged, if your heart and your head, your emotions, the deepest core of you is being drawn to wonder about a call to priesthood or religious life, well then you need to take that seriously. So it's an intuition, it's a knowledge, it's a deep core response, and I think that's been called for.